And we are live. Hello, how are we? I hope this is muted once it... Oh, okay. I feel a bit better than... Yep, okay. I feel a bit better than I did at the end of the last stream. Got some food in me. I forgot my water again, so I'm going to have to go grab that when we are starting the first sprint. But hello, welcome to my little write-a-thon that I am doing today. I have about 1,000 words done for the day already. And here's crossing my fingers that I'm able to get maybe close to a 10K day, if not a 10K day. That would be fantastic. But usually I do about 25-minute Pomodoro sprints, but I am totally okay with changing that up if people want to do different time frames. But I'm here to personally get some writing done. If you are here to get writing done, awesome. I'm going to be collecting how many words we get done, and I think it'll just be a fun stats and data type of thing just to have. But if you are not here to write and you're just here to have the productivity sprints, that's awesome. I am happy to help with whatever kind of productivity you need done. And bonjour, Christy is here. Hi, finished my maths planning and I'm going to tackle a geography plan this sprint. Then I might restart my audiobook. That's awesome. What are you reading or listening to on audio? I think the majority of the books that I read are on audio. I like to physically read as I'm listening to it as well. I think it's a really fun, immersive experience, but that's just me. I know not everybody can do that. As always, I do have the Discord channel that I have linked down below, which is where it's a fun little cozy corner where we talk about writing, reading, and life, pretty much whatever. And it's a fun little cozy vibe there. And that's where I'm going to have the shareable link of the spreadsheet that I'm creating for today. I hope you guys can't hear my husband and the kids outside playing and screaming. Anyways, the Discord is just a fun little area for us to hang out with. I hear crying and screaming. Oh, Lord. Oh my gosh, they are distracting even when they're not in the house. My goodness. Okay. Ooh, Iron Flame, but it's so long. I'm 8 hours in and haven't hit 30% yet. Wow. Do you listen at 1x speed? I tend to listen at 2 times. But I talk fast and I listen. Oh my gosh. Can you hear them or is that just me? I really hope the microphone is not picking them up. I read the first book in this series back in May, but I was in a very bad reading slump. So I need to reread it because I feel like I skimmed most of it. But I do have both of them in physical copy and in audio. So you'll have to let me know how you are liking it. Hey, Kat, welcome back. I edited some pictures during the break, which I'm hoping was a good creative break so that I can buckle down again. I am crossing my fingers for you. I need a new keyboard so I can stop accidentally hitting enter when I try to type. Oh my God, 1.65 and you're still not 30% in? Oh man. Yeah, I think every narrator is different too. Me coming from Chicago, we tend to talk a little bit faster, so I think that's why I can do it at 2, because sometimes I do it at 2.5. Um, but that's all depending on the narrator and how they narrated the story. Because sometimes they narrate it very, very slow to where like 2 times is like me talking like a normal pace like this, um, which is mind-boggling in itself. But holy crap, 1.65 and you're only not even 30% yet. That's a long, long book. I hope you're at least having fun though. Okay. I think we should go ahead and get this first sprint started. I will be here for this stream until about for the next like 3, maybe 3.5 hours. And then I'll take a couple-hour break and then I'll be back on at 8 p.m. Central Time, which would be 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific, trying to work backwards in my mind with the time zones. In the UK, I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be either bedtime or in the middle of the night. So, bonjour, Christy. You do not have to join us for the night stream tonight. We are happy that you are here now. But let's go ahead and get this first sprint started. And I will see y'all in 25 minutes. Happy writing, reading, being productive. Almost forgot to mute my music that was going. And that was the first sprint. Yeah, first sprint of this stream. Let's see. I got what am I at? I got 384 for myself that round. 384. I see Kat got 260 words over here. Still not finding my groove, but at least I'm getting something done. Facts. All that matters is that you get something done. Me and Katrina, hello. Me and Katrina always say that at least some words is better than no words. So, anyways, Katrina is working on some of her dad's stuff today. So, yay for making a teeny tiny dent. You're getting there. I didn't get any writing done, got distracted by looking for inspiration. Yeah, that inspiration rabbit hole can be dangerous sometimes. I don't know why I'm attempting to take a sip of that. I literally just made it. Hi, I finished adapting my planning and listened to the audio book for a bit longer. Also, we are dressed identically. My husband and the kids got me this for Christmas last year, and it was starting to get a little chilly in here, and I just needed to get my wearable blanket. It's just so comfy. I look like a big blue marshmallow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, yes, I love this. It's so comfy, and I would live in it if I could. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. What is the weather like by all of you guys? Here it is. Oh, usually my computer tells me at the bottom what the temperature is. I don't know what the temperature is. It's warmer than it usually is at this time of year. My phone is telling me that it is 55 degrees Fahrenheit outside. But we're supposed to get really chilly at the end of this week. So like winter chilly. Hannah, hello, welcome. Not writing yet today, still brainstorming and outlining. Hey, that's still something though. You're being productive. Hopefully we'll be ready to write by the next stream, but still want to hang out with you. You are more than welcome to hang out with us. I am here for any kind of productivity that you need to be accountable for. I will be your accountability buddy or accountability buddy for whatever you need to be productive on. Yes, I am a romance writer. Right now I am working on a fantasy romance where it is, let's see, what are the tropes in this? It's sort of enemies to lovers because it's two feuding families. And they enter into like a marriage alliance. So it's like a marriage of convenience type of trope. I am really liking this version of it. I've been working on this project for about a long time. I think the first concept of this was created in my head back in 2016, I think, but at that point it was a young adult and my tastes have evolved over the years. So I've changed it into being adult or new adult and have written and rewritten the first like 20,000 words of this story many, many times, trying to tweak it into what it needs to be. And this latest version is my favorite so far. Still needs a lot of work, but I'm going to let future me and revising me figure that out. Right now, I'm trying to just get the rest of the story written down so that I know where it's going, or yeah, so I can get the story out basically. But this one is a fantasy romance, but I do work on multiple projects at the same time because I bounce from mood to mood depending on, well, not mood to mood, but I bounce around projects depending on my mood. So I also have a few contemporary romances that I'm working on, and a paranormal romance as well. Rain and blah, but the temp is supposed to drop a little. Yeah, I think we're supposed to drop by like Wednesday up here. But like my kind of dropping in temperature is much different than your type of temperature dropping. Sunny and a cool breeze. Yeah, it's pretty sunny over by me. Sunny and breezy with the temps are sitting between 64 to 70 degrees. Those are like the best temps. Those are some of my favorite. Feuding families sounds amazing. Yeah. So like feuding families in like kind of Romeo and Juliet-esque, but not in the sense of their tragic story is what I'm going for. And then obviously magic and kind of a slight darker Frozen type of retelling, since there's sisters and there's a lot of like ice powers involved as well. It's a little difficult to talk about right now just because I don't have all of it figured out. But yeah, I will get better at the blurbing for it. Alrighty. Sprint number 2, get that started. Have we taken quite a bit of a break? I think so. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Especially when I'm like put on the spot like just now. Ooh, Frozen vibes. So is it a wintry type fantasy land? In a sense. So there's like 7 different kingdoms. 7? Yeah, 7 different kingdoms. And I've taken kind of, so the US is kind of like a big, whichever region you're in has very different climates. So I've kind of taken that concept and put it into this world, and each climate or each kingdom has a different type of climate. So my main character, or my main female character in this, she comes from a very cold region where they never get summer. They'll get like a little bit of spring and fall, but it's mostly winter. And then her love interest comes from a like desert climate. So it gets like really, really hot during the day and there's a lot of sun, but the temperatures can drop dramatically when the sun is down. And then I haven't really dived too much into the other kingdoms just yet, but I do have like all of their climates figured out. There's one that's like very hot and like filled with like volcanoes type of hot. There's a wooded kingdom that is basically encapsulated in forests. There's one that is very similar to like the Midwest, which is all like plains and farmland type of stuff. And there's one that is like completely unknown to all of the people except for who live there. I'm not even sure how it is. All I know is that it's, like, guarded by a whole bunch of, mountains, and what was did I do all 7? I think I've done all 7. But, like, that's kind of how I differentiated the kingdoms, and then, I don't remember what I was gonna say after that. At one point, I was going to make this, like, a series that has, like, a different fairy tale retelling, which is why this one started with, like, Frozen. I don't know if I'm going to continue, but it's all up here and in my notebooks, and I really need to get better at describing it when I'm on the spot like this. Yeah, to the blurb writing. It's the thing I hate the most. I have a friend who writes it before she starts the story, but I can't because so much changes from what I think it will be. Yeah, I don't think I would even attempt to make a blurb and stick with that. I think that would be, like, my initial, like, concept of the story, but things change so much when you're writing. That sounds really neat. I like when the lands are very different from each other. You get to explore many different vibes and aesthetics. Yeah, and I really, really wanted that. Because I have an idea of a quest for them to go on so that I can really explore all of those. And then I also have ideas for a spin-off once this series has come to a wrap that deals with the unknown kingdom. Ooh, that tea is still hot. Um, I could never write the blurb first. Facts. I could write a blurb in the sense of this is the general concept that I'm trying to go for, but I would know that that would not be the correct blurb to use once it's done, um, being written. Diane, hello, welcome. We're happy to have you. Oh man. Uh, okay, I think we should probably get to another sprint because I need to get some more words in. So let's get another 25 minutes in, and happy writing, reading, or whatever productivity you need the accountability buddy for. I'll see you guys back in 25 minutes. Okay, and that was the second sprint of this stream. I was able to get 703 words that sprint. That was wonderful. I was in the zone and the words were flowing. I love when the words are just wording. Before we entered the last sprint, Diane did come by. She has her own YouTube channel. She's amazing. I highly suggest going to check her stuff out. I believe she just published her first poetry collection. I'm going to definitely be checking that out. And if you're into poetry, I think you should too. Diane is a beautiful human being. Kat got 527 words. That is awesome. Hannah, are you still working on your outlining? Oh, this is exciting. Christy, I'm just having a late dinner. I watched a YouTube video during the last sprint, but we'll carrying on reading next time. Nice. I am so behind on some of the YouTube videos that I need to watch. I just keep adding a whole bunch to save to watch later. I am so behind. So behind. But I'm trying to get as much of the writing done. Ren has joined us. Hello. 3:58 in the last 10 minutes. That's awesome. That is awesome. Adding it to the spreadsheet now. Welcome for joining us too, Ren. And let's see. Making good progress. Lots of brainstorming and inspirationing. Nice. Nice. It's always, I think brainstorming is my favorite part of writing. Brainstorming and then probably the revising / editing, because you get to make things look pretty and sound pretty rather than the shitty first draft that you just basically word vomit. Glad I caught you. I've been lazy today and hadn't written yet. Sorry if you can hear that. I am glad you found us too. I am trying to do another large word count today like I did last Sunday. I know you were with us last Sunday, I believe, if I remember correctly. And last Sunday I was able to get just over 5,000 words. And today I'm trying to hit the 10,000 word mark. So crossing my fingers I can do that, but I will be happy with anything that is a high word count just in general. I'm currently at, oh, I didn't add that. I just had 703, so let me add this in real quick. I am currently at 2,139 words for the day, which is fantastic, but I'd like to get a lot more than that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am definitely happy that the words are wording right now. I just need I just need the rest of this stream and later tonight's stream to be fantastic with the words as well, so that I can get that high word count and slowly catch back up to what are we supposed to be at technically today? Let's see. Today is the 19th. Technically, we're supposed to be at what, 31,000? And I'm approaching 17,000, so I'm way behind. Alright, are you a fantasy reader too? Do you have any fantasy romances you've read lately that you've loved? I yes. Um, let's see, I just read let me pull up my Goodreads real quick. Um, A Kiss of Iron by Claire Sager, I think, is the one that I most recently read, and I really enjoyed that one because it was it kind of mixed fantasy romance with historical romance, in the sense of, like, there was the court and everything that you would see in, like, the historical romance, um, she put into the fantasy romance and like added fae, and it was really fun. Some others that I have read, oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Um, if you like the smut, a what is it? It's not loading. Why is Goodreads not loading? Um, A Ruin of Roses, I think, is the first. Ruin of Roses? Yeah. A Ruin of Roses by K.F. Breen or Brene. I'm not sure how to say the last name. It's the first book in the Deliciously Dark Fairy Tales. It's like I think the first one is like a Beauty and the Beast like reimagining, and that's really fun, but it does get pretty spicy at times. So go if you're gonna go into that, just know that it gets pretty spicy. What else have I read recently? Oh, To Hunt a Demon King by Madeline Elliott. I was addicted to it. I read the first two books pretty much. I binged it in like 2 days flat, and I need to start the third book. Um, but that one's really, really fun. That deals with witches and vampires. Yeah. And the first book is kind of like a Little Red Riding Hood reimagining as well. But if you go ahead and join the Discord that I have down below, there's a reading section, and I'm going to be putting together some of my favorites for one of my other friends who are in the Discord. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, I will post that list probably tomorrow. I hit 24K today doing sprints, but I was not yet at 21K before your sprint, so that's a huge improvement. Yay! That's amazing. So you hit pretty much like 3K during ours. That's awesome. I love a historical, so that sounds amazing. Yeah, I thought it was really, really fun. It is a little bit longer, but it was I loved how it had like the historical romance feel and vibe to it, but in a fantasy type of setting in a way. And almost like when they take like a steampunk, like it wasn't steampunk, but like you know how you get those vibes where it's like set in like a historical time period, but it has like all of that fantastical stuff to it. That was like the vibe I was getting, and I just loved it. Random, but I learned today that the canceled Shadow and Bone. Oh, they canceled it. I haven't even finished the first season. I started it with my husband, and he seemed interested in it, but he got super busy, and so we just like put it to the side. Oh, that's sad. Did they cancel it before like finishing? Because they just had 2 seasons, right? Did they like do any of the third season before it got canceled, or huh? Ben Barnes. That's who I was watching it for. That is sad though. When we watched, I think, the first 2 or 3 episodes of it. I did really, really like the cast that they had put together. I haven't read Six of Crows yet, but I did read Shadow and Bone. But in Six of Crows, I know that there's like this great cast just in the book in general, and I really, really liked the casting that they did. Oh, I have a Ruin of Roses on my TBR. I'll move it up the list. I'm in the mood for a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm always in the mood for a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's just, Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite. It is my favorite Disney movie in general, but it's one of my favorite stories to see in other literature. And your story that you're writing is loosely based off of Beauty and the Beast. That's awesome. Like, I am here for it. Esther, hello. Welcome to the stream. I think you were streaming earlier, weren't you? Or you were supposed to? But hello, welcome. I hope you are doing well. And I feel super cozy. Thank you. I love this wearable blanket. It is probably my favorite present that I got from Christmas last year. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. If I want to I still roughly need 8 more thousand words if I want to hit 10K tonight. That seems so daunting. I'm hanging in there, rewriting half of my short romance and drinking too much wine. I am here for the wine. I'm currently drinking tea just because I'm still dealing with the sinus issues, but for tonight's stream, I might grab some wine for sure. Totally was watching it for Ben Barnes. I think they didn't finish the series before canceling, but I heard that now he's free to maybe be in the Agatar show. So here's my thoughts on the whole Agatar show. While I think Ben Barnes would do amazing in it, I don't know who I would want him cast for. Because technically, aren't the Bat Boys darker? Aren't they darker skinned? And I don't want them to take that away. So I'm trying to think who he could be cast for. And I don't want him to be cast as Tamlin because I don't want to hate him. But Esther, I am not so close. I need 8,000 more words. He kind of looks like Reese, but still too close to forget the Darkling image. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's got Reese vibes. He's definitely got the vibes of Reese, but I kind of want them to do unknowns, but I need them to age them up. I cannot stress this enough. If they do not age the cast up a little bit, I don't think I can watch it. Like, I do not want to watch a smutty fantasy romance on TV if the characters look like they are in their high teens and low 20s. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I need them to age them up a little bit. So for that, I would be rooting for Ben Barnes because he's like in his 40s, isn't he? And looks amazing. You can cheer me on. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be logical. It was To Hunt a Demon King by Madeline Elliott. Eliot, I believe. I haven't read Akatar yet. I really need to before the show comes out. I'm just a little intimidated by it. The very first book, I don't think you should be intimidated by it. It's on the tamer side. The second book is when it really ramps up, but it's so good. Um, I wasn't the biggest fan of the third book, but I also was in a really bad funk with SJM in general at the time that it came out. And so I definitely need to do like a reread before the show comes out. Or if he rocked the red. Lucian. Maybe. I don't know. Yes, I know she's 19, but even if they cast someone who looks like they are 19 and she gets together with one of the Bat Boys who is like centuries older than her, isn't he? Aren't they like old? I'm gonna have issues. I'm not gonna be able to watch it. If you are not used to the heat on page, then it could be intimidating. Yes. Yes. But it's not really out there. Yeah, I think I honestly don't think that even the first 2 books are too smutty. There are some smutty scenes, but it's also been, like, so long since I've read them. I also didn't like the 3rd book nor Cassian's book. I haven't even read it yet. I have not read anything past the 3rd book because I was in such a bad vibe with SJM at the time. I was just I like boycotted it basically. It's okay. I still knew who you were talking about. If you've read any fanfic, ACOTAR is nothing. Good points. I haven't read much fan fiction, but I have heard that it can get spicy. I have my thoughts, but I'll keep them to myself. I know those thoughts. Facts. It's actually the opposite for me. The amount of books in the series and how long it takes before they get really spicy. It's hard for me to read books that are low spice. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Um, I can tell you I have a hard time reading books that have no spice, but I think I'm okay with the 1 to 2 peppers. Um, but I do tend to gravitate towards the higher spiced ones. Hannah's a 5 or more peppers kind of girl. You're my kind of girl. I like it. All right, should we get another sprint going? Did we have a decent amount? Let's see. Did we come back on? Okay, I think we've had a good little break and chit chat. Let's go ahead and get another sprint going because I need to start getting more words to get the rest of this 8,000 words I need to write, or 8,000 more words I need to write. Bye, Kat. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you later then at tonight's stream. And Esther, I have a Discord. You can go ahead and talk to me and Katrina about it down in the reading section in the Discord because me and Katrina have similar thoughts when it comes to ACOTAR. You need like 500 or 1K? We can do it. We can do it. All right. Let's get this sprint started. I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy writing. Okay, and that was that sprint. Hope you guys did good. Let's see. Not as much as I did previously, but still a decent word count, I think. Let me do the math real quick and make that a little bit bigger. Okay, calculator. I did 506 that round. Still pretty good, I think. I am slowly getting there. Slowly. Alrighty. And yeah, Katrina, I think we're in the same boat that we haven't read anything since Akawar. I guess someone is here. Yeah, I don't think I've read anything since Akawar. But yeah. Did they order food? Huh, okay. Anyways, sorry. I'm glad I finished see, I haven't even finished Throne of Glass. I do have all of them. They are way up there. You can't even actually see them in here. They're in the corner. And finally gave up on the Ektar series, not touching anything else from her. I want to hear these thoughts so badly. What's up, baby? Who's here?
Pizza just comes.
Oh, you guys ordered pizza?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you gonna eat dinner?
Yes, in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hi. I have to eat that. Hi.
Oh my god. All right.
Hey,
Out.
don't eat me, Mom.
Out.
She said yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She said yeah.
Please. Hold on 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Went so fast. Yes, 580 for you. That's awesome. Adding it to the spreadsheet. Thank you. I think that's always a great sprint if I can get over 500 words. I'm at 34% of Iron Flame, but can feel myself slowly burning out, so I'm going to switch to something else, I think. You know what? I think that's for the best. I used to always push myself through to finish books, and over the years, as I've gotten older, sorry, I just saw some of the comments. As I've gotten older, I've realized that it's okay to DNF a book when you are not feeling it, because you might just not be in the mood for that specific book, and maybe it's just not what you're vibing with, and that's okay. I'm a firm believer in, if you kind of like, you can see the potential that you're going to like it, but it's just not working for you right now, abandon it for now, and you can always come back to it if you feel like you need to later on. So I'm totally okay with this. Oh yeah, it's always their show, isn't it? They were in the live stream earlier, and Amelia had to tell everyone about her tooth that she lost earlier. So yeah, it's always their show. If someone got me pizza when I was writing, I'd cry from happiness. Yeah, last week it was he made me grilled cheese. This week he ordered pizza. I'm fine with it. I am totally fine with it. KU has helped with the speed of my DNF. I never have space, so a book always has to go, right? Because you can only have like, what, 20 at a time, right? I think I have all 20 spots filled at the moment. But I love KU. I love it. I love the The fact that I can quickly change out for another book if I need to, and since it's subscription based, I don't feel like I'm spending a whole lot of money on books, because clearly we know I have that problem. But yeah. I've heard that Iron Flame is really long, or like easily underestimated. It is really long compared to the first book, I believe. I don't know how much longer. I don't have my copies in front of me, but it is longer than the first book. Same with the KU. I've been listening most of the day and still have 20 hours to go. That's insane to me. Insane. KU makes reading so affordable for me, and I read way faster on my Kindle. Yeah, it's really nice for me because most of the time that I have to reading is at night when I'm laying in bed and winding down for the night. But my husband, he is a very light sleeper and he suffers from insomnia. So when he's actually getting some sleep, I feel terrible of either making noises or having a light on. So my Kindle is great in the fact that I don't have to have the light on because it has the backlight and it doesn't. Thank you. Okay.
Dinner, Daddy.
Okay, I'll get some.
Get away.
I'll get some at the next sprint. I'll wait their show.
Miss Boy came in.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. But speaking of the Kindle, the backlight on it is not, it never bothers him. Like, he can never tell that it's on. So I love the Kindle for that, which makes KU one of my favorite things because it's so easily accessible for that. Gosh, the last book I read that was that lengthy on audio was Outlander. Took months, and I'm a mood reader though. Mood reader and mood writer, right here. Honestly, I haven't even gotten through Outlander. I did start it years and years ago, probably when like season 3 of Outlander was starting up. Is when I started to read Outlander, and I was liking it, but I think I only got like 100 or 200 pages in and went on to another book. Not that I was disliking it. It was just, it was feeling like I was never going to be able to get through it. I will tackle it one of these days though. I just got an Amazon Kindle setup where I have a stand and a clicker. You have the stand and the clicker? Oh my gosh. Can turn pages with ultimate laziness without losing any cozy vibes. I've been wanting to do that. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, thank you. They are monsters though. They are very adorable, but they know it, and yes, I love them dearly, but they are monsters. Love that I can read in the dark with a Kindle. Yes, I love it. It's seriously, I can never go back to when the Kindles didn't have the backlight. I want to get that set up in my room, but it'll take some thinking on how to make it work. I want it so badly. Like, yeah. Amy has joined us. Hello, Amy. Welcome to the second stream of today. There will be another one tonight too. Alrighty. Have we had like a 10-minute break? I like to at least break it up with like close to 10 minutes. I think so. Yeah. Okay. It's been just about 10 minutes. I need to get the Kindle clicker. Oh, I'm going to add it to my, yes. Yeah. Maybe I can tell the kids that that's what they can get me for Christmas. Yeah. That, and, you know, a gift card to get more books. Oh man. Alrighty. It's 5 o'clock, so we have time for about, I think, two more 25-minute sprints before I close this stream off and take a like 2 hour break and come back on at 8 p.m. Central Time. So why don't we get this sprint done or started and take a small little break in between that and get the last one started so that we can end in about an hour or so. So let's get to writing. See you guys in 25 minutes. Okay, and that is the third sprint. No, that's the fourth sprint of this stream. How did we all do? I ate some pizza, so I didn't get a whole lot of words. But let's see, what was I at? Now at a total of 2,876 for the day, which, let's see, 6. I was able to write 231 words, plus eating some pizza during that sprint. Better than nothing. Wicked and the Wallflower, such a good one. Such a good one. Yes. Yes. I approve of this. I finished my wine and rose chapter. Nice. I'm adding it to the spreadsheet. I'm definitely going to be getting some wine for stream number 3 tonight. That's for sure. I think so too. Eating pizza and getting 230 words. Hell yeah. Ren got 410. Oh, why am I still so small? I forgot to change that. There we go. 410 for Ren. Good job. And I think I'm going to turn in now as it's 11:30, but I've had such a nice time sprinting with you guys. Oh, thank you for subscribing and thank you for joining us, and have fun with Sarah McLean. I have read almost all of her books. I think I need to read 4 more of her books, and then I've read her entire backlist. I love her stuff. Have a good night. Sleep well. I agree. Good job, everyone. Yes. I love how encouraging everyone is whenever we do these sprints. You guys are just the best. And we're going to take just a small little break before we do the last sprint of this stream. We will do one more. It's 5:30. Maybe we can do 2 more. I mean, the whole reason why I was going to end around 6 was so that I could figure out what we were doing for dinner. And I don't really have to do that anymore since we have pizza. So maybe we can do 2 more sprints in this stream and then take the break and come back at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Central, so 9 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. Did I get the time zones right? It's always weird going to Eastern and then backtracking for Mountain and Pacific. But I will be back at 8 p.m. for sure for whatever amount of time it takes me to get either 10,000 words or close to 10,000 words. Oh, good. But yeah, so I can definitely do probably 2 more sprints in this stream and then give myself an hour to an hour and a half of a break to hang out with the kids for a little bit or whatnot. That's okay. That's okay. We're glad you're here right now. And I'm going to be sprinting twice more for this stream. So I understand if you can't make it to the later one tonight. What was I saying? I get so sidetracked. I'm sorry. Oh man. Oh, Esther, What is the weather like in Puerto Rico this time of year? Like, I know that you are north of the equator, so you're technically approaching winter time, but I'm curious as to how cold it gets during the winter time. Yes, we will do 2 more sprints in this stream. I plan to be here for the next stream. I plan to eat, shower, and do the dishes on break. Yep, I'll probably take a shower too because I feel like that always rejuvenates me. And does anybody else get really awesome like epiphanies for their stories when they take a shower or a bath? Because I totally do. Not cold at all. Currently 78 degrees in the city I'm in. Dang. Island living. How cold can it get in the wintertime for you? Up here in Chicago, it gets pretty cold. But I'm okay with that. I love the cold. I am a very strange person. We barely touch the 50 degrees late at night. Dang. Yeah, it is 46 here currently. I think. Yeah, 46 here right now. And this is actually warm for us at this time because we're usually a bit colder. I feel like taking a shower is like an energetic cleanse. And yes, the shower epiphanies. Yeah. Yes, the shower epiphanies. I also get them a lot when I take a bubble bath, just when I'm like relaxing. And you're right, it's like an energetic cleanse. I'm glad we are not touching the 90 degrees. In the summertime up here, the second that it touches anything higher than 84, I am cranky and crabby and want nothing to do with it. I am not a summer girly. I'm just not. Where I used to live in Virginia is on the high 40 degrees. Yeah. That's really cool. How did you like living in Virginia? Do you prefer Puerto Rico? It's 37 here now, says the Canadian after making the conversion. Sorry. I know the US is the only strange one who doesn't use the metric system. So you're only slightly colder than me. My husband likes to say that I'm South Canadian because I am from Minnesota, and that's like the running joke in the States. Oh, and there's my husband asking how many words I'm at right now. None of your business, buddy. Almost 3,000. Let's see, have we had like a 10-minute break? Stop. You can ignore my husband who's trolling in the comments. All right, let's get this next. Shut up. Driving in Puerto Rico is convenient because it's small, but I enjoyed Virginia. I like the mid-East Coast states. I have not been to Virginia, but on the East Coast, I have been to New York, New Jersey, Georgia, but that's south, and Florida. But yeah, it's cool that you like. There's pros and cons for both of them. North Carolina has your heart. I want to visit North Carolina so badly. I'm also wearing a blanket hoodie thing. I don't know. I just call it a wearable blanket. I don't know what the actual term is for it, but I love this thing. And yours is pink and plaid. I would gladly love to get a plaid one like this. Yes. These are the best. All right, let's go ahead and get another sprint in. There will be 2 more in this stream. And I'll see you guys in 25 minutes. Happy writing. Okay, and that was that sprint. How did we do? Let's see. I kind of got lost in that one. So my total for that sprint was 369 words. How did all of you guys do? 369. 369. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna have Lil Jon stuck in my head. Oh my gosh. Ignore me. Hannah, you're in Kentucky. Not used to how damp the cold is here. It just hits different. Grew up in Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri area. Yeah, I guess down south it's more drier, I guess, in the cold, isn't it? I don't know, you can ask Katrina. Katrina's in the Texas area. To not write was listening to some readings on another live. That's fine. Plotted a little bit, but have ultimately decided to start largely pantsing this next book. Sometimes that's what you got to do. I have noticed with each project, it's a little different each time. So, like for some projects, I don't dive in completely in the dark and pants the whole thing. But I've noticed that some projects take more outlining and more plotting than others. And I think that's completely normal. I think each project is going to do that. And I think that's why there's also so many different ways to write a book and how every writer does something different. I feel like every writer does something different with each project as well. So if you feel like you need to just pants it and try it out. I mean, you can always go back to the outlining and plotting board if you get stuck. Oh, thank you. I do wish I was a little bit further than this, but we've got one more sprint in this stream, and then we'll have all night to get as many words as possible. 525 for you. Perfect. Awesome. That's a great word count. I love it. But yeah, going back to the whole pantsing and plotting thing, I mean, all of these books right here are all writing craft related. And I feel like some books help me with certain projects and other books help me with the other projects. And it's crazy how that happens. I had an outline, but it suddenly wasn't working. I went off script for a bit until I knew where it was going, then plotted out the rest. And sometimes that's what you got to do. I love the brainstorming section. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're plotting, but sometimes you just have to have a quick brainstorm session. I love it. For this project, I've pantsed it until 28K until I got stuck. Now I'm stopping to plot and figure things out in order to go forward. So, yeah, sometimes you have to do this. I feel like I've done this with this current project as well, to where I pantsed some of it and then I was just lost and needed to go back to the drawing board. And then there are times where you plot something and then it goes completely off the map of what you had originally intended that it was going to be, and you have to take a break and go back to brainstorming, go back to plotting. Every project is so vastly different. It's amazing to me. at how we all work so differently. It's fascinating. Sounds like it's all going well. I'm fascinated by pantsers. I could never have that superpower. I cannot pants from the very beginning. Like, I need to have some sort of idea of where at least it's going, and if I veer off of it, I'm okay. But I definitely need a good brainstorming session and a good brain dump of all the ideas that are percolating for a specific story before I even begin. I can't just go into it completely blind. So I'm with you. But the people who can go in completely blind and just start writing, that is a superpower. And I don't think I'll ever have that. Didn't feel like it the past 2 to 3 days. I was panicking, but now I figured out what I need to do and I feel much calmer about it. And sometimes we just have to have that panicky moment, and it forces us to try it a different way. I can take detours, but sometimes I detour too much and need to reel it in. I can understand that. Um, yeah. I I don't know. I don't know if I've ever taken too big of a detour. And if I have, I don't remember. Or it didn't really matter. I don't know. Um, I will say that the current project I'm on has changed so much since I first came up with concept back in 2016. I was talking about this earlier, but it has changed so much. Like, when I first came up with the concept, it was a dark frozen retelling, and it was a young adult, and it had 6 POV characters. And while those 6 characters are still in this, it is no longer YA. It is fully adult or new adult. It had it's focused on 2 of those POVs, and I've changed it from like one large series to a large series with like 3 trilogies within it, and each trilogy is going to be based off of a different romantic couple. But I mean, it's amazing how these projects change like that. I've written a lot of books pantsing, but I was in a writing slump for a few years, and I thought the only way to get back was to have an outline. I mean, that's fair. And I feel like it's always a good idea for all of us to try different things too, because sometimes you never know what's going to work for you. And sometimes when you get into a slump, you just have to try something different. So I totally get it. So this is my first outline book. So far, so good, but I can't help but pants a little. And I think that comes with any kind of writing. Like, I feel like we all pants a little bit. Like, as Esther was saying, she detours from her outline sometimes. I mean, I'm currently correcting a 5K detour. I had corrected bigger detours, but it's painful. I remember you talking about the changes on that series. Stories evolve, and we have to evolve with them. Absolutely. Um, at, when it was first evolving, I remember being super panicky about it because it was a lot of work trying to figure out how to take this story idea, which I knew I needed to write, but I needed it to evolve into the tastes that I was currently in, because I don't really read young adult anymore. And when I do, it is so rare, and it's always either fantasy or science fiction young adult. I can't read anything else that's young adult anymore. I'm not sure why. But I mean, tastes evolve as you get older or as you change. And I think I just fell in love with all of the romance books, and I needed to evolve that. And I've always loved a romantic subplot. Like, I've always said, like, back in the day when I was, like, book blogging for all of, like, the young adult books, I always said, I will read anything as long as there's some sort of romantic subplot, because I feel like those are my favorite subplots to read. And then, I dived headfirst into the romance genre, and evolving this YA fantasy into an adult fantasy romance, or a new adult fantasy romance. I'm not sure which one it will be, but it's one of those two. Has been really, really fun, even though at times it is scary. But yeah, we definitely have to evolve when our stories are changing. Absolutely. Yep. Yes, it's a great way to explain that. Like, I used to get really, really upset with myself that I didn't have this book done, like, back in, like, 2018 or 2019. I was so upset that I didn't have this story done, because I had, when it was in the YA genre, I had tried writing it, I think 3 or 4 times, and trying to figure out how to go about it, and it just wasn't working. And that was right around the time where my reading tastes had changed, and it was so difficult to make myself evolve with the story that was evolving. But I love it so much more now than I ever did. And I think that's really important. I still read YA, I'm pickier with it, but I want to keep tabs on the voices. I think right now I seek out POC contemporary YA because I want to support those books. I hear that. I will probably start reading YA more often, probably in the next few years, now that my daughter is reading and whatnot. And with the way that she's advanced with reading, I want to be prepared on being able to recommend her good things. So I will probably be diving into some YA fiction in the near future, but I don't gravitate to it like I used to. Like, the majority of these books behind me are young adult fantasy and science fiction and paranormal. I definitely have to redo my shelving, but yeah, it's crazy how things evolve and change. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I I'd like to say that a lot of my books are diverse, especially when it comes to YA. I feel like YA has been better, one of the better ones to have a diverse offering. The only YA I really read anymore is mystery thrillers, because they're low-key consistently better than adult mystery thrillers. Good to know. I will keep a lookout on those. I'd love some recommendations too. I had a similar thing happen where I had this story idea 3 years ago and was upset that I wasn't writing it, but my reading tastes changed a lot since then, and the story is very different slash better. Yeah. And sometimes I feel like that just, you need to just roll with the punches. Um, I I hate saying that I had to um I what's the words that I hate saying that I was upset that I wasn't writing it, because I mean, it sucks. But at the same time, I feel like we kind of have to go through those kinds of growing pains in order to make our stuff better. And yeah, And plus, I mean, it, to the older you get, I feel like you're expected that your reading tastes are going to change. And being a writer, I feel like your writing tastes change as your reading tastes change. Does that make sense? Or am I the only one? I don't know. But let's go ahead and get this last sprint of this stream done so that we can take an hour-ish break before we come back at it tonight and try and get all these words done. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm making sense and not just like fumbling my words, which tends to happen when I'm having all the words just go on the page. But let's go ahead and get this last 25-minute sprint of this stream going. Happy writing. I'll see you guys in 25 minutes. All right, and that was the last sprint of this stream. How did we all do? I did really well that sprint. Let me do the math real quick while you guys let me know how you did in the comments. I got 542 words that sprint, which is awesome. 542. Perfect. Alrighty. Yes. Oh my gosh. Ren left the last sprint or during the break so that she could have a longer break for tonight. And here we are having my husband troll the comments again. Yeah, he's supportive in his own way. But sometimes it can be annoying. He's lucky. I love him. Esther got 671. Good job. Really into it. Yeah, I was really into that that sprint too. It was like it could have kept going. But I think I stopped where it'll be good for me to like in a good enough spot where I can come back during the next stream. So let me add 671. Collectively during this stream, we have written 6,284 words, which I think is pretty awesome. Yes, we did kill it. Yeah. That wasn't my best sprint of the night. So far that was earlier when I got 703, but honestly, if I can get 500 or more in a 25-minute sprint, I am super happy about it. What are you currently working on, Esther? Are you working on your are you still writing Marina? I have to catch up on your chapters for that. But yeah, so for ooh. Ooh. Hello, welcome. We did just do our last sprint for this stream, but I am going to be back on in about an hour to do another stream because I'm trying to hit a lot of words tonight. But if you are still around, I'll be streaming again in about an hour and we can do some more sprinting. Ooh. Yeah. Are you like struggling with it? Are you in a what I'm losing all my words because all my words are going into this project. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, I just saw that I am at 17,407 words in this project. Ah, that's exciting. I'm hoping, let's see. I'm at if I can't get 10,000 words tonight, I will be happy if I can surpass the 20K mark in this. I would like to do more than that, but if I can get past the 20K mark in this tonight, I will be super happy. That sucks. I hate when you struggle with a project, especially when you really, really like it. Maybe you just need a good like brainstorming session. I agree. I'm hoping to get I'm hoping to get to 23K tonight. But we'll say 20K is the minimum I have to hit. But yeah, definitely keep a lookout for us in an hour. Oh, Hannah, thank you. Esther, you guys are so sweet. You guys make me feel so good. Okay, I am going to take a quick hour break and get some more water, get some more tea, get a glass of wine, and I'll be back to do more writing things in an hour. Thank you for streaming or for sprinting with me earlier and today, and just in general. Thank you. Hopefully, you can at least come for a little bit. I know it'll be a little late for you, but maybe you can join us just for a little bit. Yeah, see you soon, Hannah. All right, I'll see you guys in an hour.